I was wanting to make this video. Uh, I'm watching news of protests and fossil fuels, and government to release technologies and all this stuff that I'm watching. And I'm sitting here the whole time madder than hell because there's a lot of technologies that's been put out on YouTube, Facebook, and all the platforms for people to see for themselves. And I've known about some of them myself for quite a while. And people throughout time, even back in the 60s, has made regular vehicles, your vehicle, regular everyday fucking cars, run off of hydrogen water. Um, Everybody wants to ban the fossil fuels. I do too. I also want to ban burning of wood and using of wood, period. I'm tired of seeing trees cut down. I've been tired of that since I was a kid, and it really angers me. Don't you think there's a reason why the ancients, when they had the technologies that they wasn't using wood? Don't you think there's a fucking reason for that? They was making their homes out of rock. They were making their homes in the ground. They were making their homes not out of wood. They wasn't cutting trees down. They wasn't killing trees. All right. The oil that we use has been ridiculous, and yeah, it's put a lot of shit into the air that we shouldn't have been putting up to begin with. All these people across the times has been making hydrogen powered cars that they stole, bought them out, or killed them so that the technology wouldn't get out. Well, it's out now. There's plenty of it on there for you to see. And it doesn't seem that hard. I haven't tried it yet. Personally, I've been starting to work on making a device that makes its own energy, and it plugs into itself. And you ain't got to plug it into their grid, and it makes its own energy constant, nonstop. I just don't have I'm 19 months behind on my rent. My electricity has been off since July. I've gotten some of the parts together since I started this, but I still don't have the copper I need. I've got something I can use as a motor. It'd be a temporary. It would last probably for years before it ran out. But I need copper. I need the fucking energy to do it. I just don't have. I'm lazy as fuck, man. I'm a lazy dude, but we need people to stop fucking worrying about what our governments are doing, and we need to get away from our governments, period. We need to take them. If you have dual citizenship and you're in a position of power in this country, you need to get the fuck out of this country. You need to go back. You need to go where you got your dual at. All right. If you got dual citizenship, that means your loyalties isn't with us. All right. You got dual citizenship. You have loyalties two separate directions, and that's not okay with me. If you got position of power in this country, you're in the Senate, you're in the Congress, and especially if you're the fucking president, get the fuck out of this country, man. Why did you go get a dual citizenship, but yet you're in a position of power in this country? Well, it makes no sense. You're already a citizen of the most powerful country that's ever existed in our modern times, and you go get a dual citizenship with another country. That don't make a hell of a lot of sense. Get them the fuck out of here. They have no loyalties to us. They have a loyalty to their corporations and the almighty fucking dollar. We don't need that. Get them out. Get them out. Quit worrying about the fucking government pushing for other means. It's on the internet. Start researching it. Start trying to get your people that's gotten mechanically inclined to start looking at them. You can take your car, any car brand new off the fucking line, and you can switch it over to hydrogen power. It breathes out the tailpipe oxygen. It drips water out the tailpipe. Your car will last way longer running off of that gas. It does not ruin your fucking engine. The only thing we'll ever need these oils for again is lubes, lubrications, and we ain't gonna need them nothing like we do now, and we sure ain't gonna pay a arm and a leg for the fucking salt water that we get out of the ocean to put in the fucking gas tank of our cars after that. And not only that, but it's releasing more air, oxygen into the fucking atmosphere, not carbon. Which carbon's not bad, even though they trying to make it out like it's so fucking horrible. It's not. The plants eat that. They suck in that fucking carbon. So the more of that we release, the more plants is going to be breathing that in, which is good for them, as long as we're not cutting them fucking down. And they breathe out the oxygen that we need. So therefore, the whole system is perfect the way God made it already. Let's start making these vehicles run off hydrogen and fuck them. To hell with them. They can all kiss. I get so angry when I start thinking about this government and the shit that they've done and all the shit going on right now. Israel has never been a state. It's not a state. It's not a state now. It wasn't when they created it. Lord Beaufort turned it into a corporation that ran out October 31st of this past year, 2023. And that ran out, and now this war that they are so-called pushing, or murder of many, many people, is all for them to keep their fucking power and keep that land and keep their Israel going, which is not true. It's not, that never was a place, a state. Israel in the Bible was when Jacob, God told Jacob that his name is now Israel, and all of your descendants will be Israelites. They are your descendants, and they will inherit, or they will have whatever that was named off in the Bible that he gave to them, but it was never a land, ever, not once. The people of Palestine, I talked to a guy just the other day that he's a big Christian, all about the Bible, and he got mad at me talking about Israel. And he's talking about how all the people that they're killing are all Islam, they're all Muslim. They've got some weird warlike ideas on how their God tells them they're supposed to be on. But it's a touchy subject, and I get that. But at the same time, you can't look at what's going on over there and see them killing children and women and telling them to go here, it's a safe place, and then bombing that place that they send them to. You can't look at that and think, oh, well, it's okay. They're bad people. The children, they're not. They might be being taught to be that way, but they're not yet. And it's a very touchy subject. I get that, but murder and killing and all this shit is bullshit. The people that's occupied their lands all this time under the corporate Israel that Lord Beaufort gave to Lord Rothschild, it's all been for their power and pushing us in a direction that we shouldn't have went to begin with. All for the almighty dollar. It's all for their shit. We can make these boxes that I'm working on now that makes electricity. We don't have to be on their grid. If you make a Tesla coil, you can run off a battery and amp that thing up to 220 volts and run your whole house off of a fucking Tesla coil. And it can be a small one too. It doesn't have to be one of them great big ones. It would work off of one this tall and that round at the base. That little Tesla coil would amp it up to fucking run your whole house. And what I'm talking about making ain't Tesla coil. It's actually got it makes its own, which Tesla coil has to run off. You got to plug it into something to get the energy from it. Of course, you could plug it into one of these boxes I'm talking about making, but electricity is made from magnetism. The electromagnetic force that comes off of magnets and copper makes electricity. And we can make those, and we can make them good enough to where you could plug in a bunch of different things to it. And if you made a Tesla coil that run to your house straight to your breaker box. It would run your whole damn house. And it wouldn't be that hard. It's already out there plenty on YouTube and Facebook and all these platforms for you to look at. Just start doing your research and getting some people that's mechanically inclined to start doing it. Start making these. We don't need the government to start making them for us so we can buy them from them. We don't need to keep paying their fucking taxes for them to keep giving our money to all these different places so they can keep their wars going and lining their pockets by killing and murdering. It's a big crock of shit that we don't need to keep following. We need to go grab all of them, especially the dual citizens, and fucking make them talk about all that they know so we can go get all the ones that they tell us about and then make them talk as well. By the time we get them all our prisons will be full of the people that really need to be in prison, and all the people that's not needing to be in prison can come back out, and we can start fucking these programs that we ought to have had the whole time, helping people to get to a place to where the society will be crime-free, basically. We need to teach our kids, starting at a very young age, how to meditate and how to seek inside themselves for the goodness that is granted to you from birth. All of us are born with good and evil inside of our heart, every single last one of us. And which one that you lean towards the most is the one that you're going to be more inclined to be as you get older. If you want to be evil, feed that evil. You're going to get what you're looking for. Live by the sword, you die by the sword. You feed that good, you're going to grow up, you're going to be a good person. Which is exactly what we're meant to do and be to begin with. But everybody's looking for a savior. Everybody's looking for easy life, and sit back and let them handle the big stuff. Just make sure you work and get your paycheck, pay your bills and taxes and all that good shit, and you just want to get by all easy and nice. Well, it would be easy and nice if we hadn't let them take the power to begin with and push us in a direction we shouldn't have never went. Things would be so fucking wonderful right now. Stop worrying about protesting and hoping the government's going to change and do better. We need to fucking go get them and make them get the fuck out. And then we can put people that's going to really, truly do good in power to make the right decisions. If people would pay a little more attention to their government stuff and law and all the bullshit the courts and police do, everybody would be able to speak truth when it happens and say, no, that ain't happening. We're not doing this, abusing power and the rich or the mighty, and no more. Let's make our own vehicles run off of hydrogen. Not only is that going to make your vehicle last way longer, it's going to put more oxygen out into the atmosphere for us. It's going to, the more oxygen, pure oxygen that we breathe, the more our cognitive functions get freed up. Our IQs are going to skyrocket. I mean, our IQs are going to go up. Average IQ now is 118 to 124. 143 and above is genius. Well, I tell you what, man, we start running all these vehicles off of oxygen instead, our IQs is going into 200s within less than 100 years. I guarantee it. I'd bet every freaking thing I've ever owned and ever will own on it. Well, you don't really own nothing. That's another thing people need to realize. Every atom out here, we don't own it. We don't own our pets. You don't own a dog. You don't own a cat. That's a living soul. That is its own person. You do not own it. But that's not just dogs and cats and everything. Every atom, even the atoms of your own body. You do not own that. This is not something that you own. When you die and it goes back to earth, back to dust, back to dirt, we move on. We leave here and we go. We don't take money with us. We don't take the body with us. We don't take our dogs and cats or anything. All our most prized possessions, they do not go with you. You do not own that. We damn sure don't own the land, even though we work our asses off to own a piece of it. Peace of mind is what we're looking for. Peace of mind. Have our own. I like to be alone. I like to live. I wish I had my own place way out in the woods somewhere where nobody ever came. Because that's the way I like to live myself. I live in an apartment. I don't have very many visitors, and I don't really do a lot of associating with the outside because I'm always in here. I really don't have no means. If I did, I'd probably be traveling and doing stuff. I'd love to go skydiving and shit, myself, but anyway, I'm getting off track. We stop looking for them to fucking start doing right. We're going to be waiting a long time because it ain't going to happen. They're still really hard trying to make it to where they have to able to keep control. CBDCs, and they want to control your fucking money. They want to cut you off when they decide they don't like the way you think. They want to cut you off and stop you from buying the things you want to buy. They want to stop you from doing the things you want to do and traveling. And if we keep on being dumb enough to go out and protesting and thinking that's really going to do something, I hate to tell you, man, you are, it ain't going to do it, because they're not going to change if we're just sitting around waiting for them to change. We got to make the change. And to make the change, we're going to have to take them down. You got a dual citizenship and you're in a position of power in this country, you need to get the fuck out of here. You need to go over to where you got your dual citizenship at and go fucking, you need to make a decision, man. Who you with? Are you with them? You okay with them bombing that fucking place and bringing all them buildings to the ground with kids in them? You okay with that? I'm not. I'm not with you at all. We need to shut this shit down, and it's up to the people. We are this country, not our government. That government is a corporation. They've proven that, and they've even put the fucking documents online for you to look at. You can go and look on for yourself. Look at all the patents that all the damn war machine has put out. The CIA, the NSA. Look at all these patents that they put out that show the shit they've been doing all this time, but yet telling you ESP is not real, or aura is just, you're crazy. All this shit. UFOs ain't real. They've been making them. They're the ones that's flying the fucking things. But yet telling you you're crazy. You didn't see no UFO. That was, you're just fucking nuts. You were on mushrooms or some shit. Mushrooms are bad. They're illegal. They're all the fucking drugs out there you can't take. But yet they're taking poison, make it into pill form, and stuffing them down your fucking throat, and you're following right along, taking them. You're taking poison while they're saying that all the good shit out there is illegal. Marijuana. You know how much research they've done on marijuana, but said the whole time, we can't do research, we can't take it. You're going to jail if you fucking do marijuana? You fucking kidding me? They've proven marijuana kills cancer cells. They've proven marijuana can stop seizures in babies that has those epileptic seizures. It can help with dementia and Alzheimer's and the elderly. Marijuana does so many wonderful things for the body. It's ridiculous. But yet we've allowed them to say that we can't do it. The whole time they're making alcohol and feeding it to you. And this is something you need to understand. You drink a little alcohol. First thing you do, all your dreams goes from color to black and white. Just from a little bit of alcohol. Don't take much. Just drink a little alcohol. All your dreams is going to be in black and white. You become an alcoholic and you become someone who drinks alcohol on a regular. You have no dreams. There is no dreams. I've never thought about this before until I saw the scientists and doctors that talk about it and did studies on this shit. And it's never been a big thing for me because I've never cared that much for alcohol. I'm a pot smoker myself, and I love my hallucinogens whenever I can get them, which I don't get them very often. It's been a while since I've had mushrooms, and it's been forever since I've had any acid or Well, that's really all. I've never had peyote. I'd love to try, and I'd love to try ayahuasca. And I think I probably love to try DMT, even though I haven't had none of that. Um, I'd sure like to have that experience. That's for damn sure. But these are good things for us that God put here for us to use. And when you read that in the Bible, and it's always questioned in my mind, we make all these plants and herbs to use. Use for what? What do you mean use? I mean, tobacco makes you kind of mellow, and every hit you take kind of just relaxes you, and then marijuana makes you really relax for an hour at a time. I mean, a whole hour you're just euphoric and down. I never really thought about it until I started meditating. Marijuana helps a lot with meditating. Meditation, man. I smoke a little weed and start meditating. It's like that is like the on switch. You use that as an on switch for your meditation. It's instant. Hit, meditate. You go straight to that place where you're looking to go. You go straight to it. And marijuana is great for that. But the whole time they're taking poison, actual poison that kills you, poison that is bad for your body, and they're putting it in pill form, and they're putting it in a liquid to shoot into you, and they're fucking giving it to you and selling it to you at big fucking prices, making a killing off of it, and killing you at the same time. Don't you think that's weird, man? Y'all want to keep protesting in hopes that they're going to fucking change their ways and start doing right? That's what your plan is? Doesn't sound like a good fucking plan. We need to get all of them, make them talk, make them spill all the fucking beans that they know, every fucking bit of it. After that, all the guilty ones that needs to go, they need to be locked away for the rest of their life, and they need to be in a place to where they're very healthy and healthy and locked away, to not have all the freedoms that normal people have, much less the freedoms they've been having being rich, powerful people. Fuck them. They've done ruined the whole planet, and acting like it's you, acting like you're the one that did it, with all our vehicles and wanting to travel. What? You're flying a fucking jet, personal jet, place to place, all over, every fucking week, and then telling me, if you drive a little fucking 4-cylinder car, that you're the problem. That's fucking weird. And we put up with this. It makes no sense. The information is out there now. People start looking at it. Switch our cars over to fucking hydrogen. All right? It's not that hard. From what I've seen of it, it takes 2 little canisters, or maybe 3, and a couple hoses and a couple wires, and your whole car runs off of hydrogen. Your car's going to last way longer, and it's pumping more oxygen out into the atmosphere. You could suck on the fucking tailpipe while the car is running, and get more pure oxygen out of that tailpipe than you are breathing this air than I'm just sitting here normal breathing right now. Free energy, magnets and coils. Make a Tesla coil to amp it up really high. These technologies, they seem complicated right now because we haven't understood them and got them, but Tesla got them. He got them from out of the ether. I mean, they come to him because he was connected. Once we start understanding them, it's going to be common knowledge. It's going to be common knowledge as the shit that they teach in school to our youngins now. That's what we think of as common knowledge. It's going to be common knowledge. All these technologies. Once we start doing it and people start understanding it, our kids will be able to fucking go over with a couple little parts and put shit together and fucking make one. It'll be just that simple. It's not that complicated once we get understanding it. People have put it out there for us to see. We need to fucking start utilizing that instead of protesting, hoping the government's going to change. And what do you need Disclosure of what? Do you really need them to tell us that there's other species living on other planets out there? You need them to disclose that? That's what you need? I mean, common sense ought to tell you, as much as they say is out there, there's no way this is all right here. All there is right here. If there's that much out there, there's got to be other stuff out there. There's been plenty of people that seen other beings, much less UFOs and all that shit, which most of the UFOs that we see are ours. They're Lockheed Martin, they're Raytheon, they're Northrop Grumman, they're American military, and probably China and Russia too, I'd say. I don't know. I really don't know what all is out. I know they've disclosed quite a bit in Congress, and patents that they've put out. I know it's out there. And we don't need them to fucking start telling us who are they to you? Who is this government to you? Y'all act like they are God. They're fucking idiots. They're fucking morons. And we're dumb as fuck to sit back and think that they're going to change because we protest, or I'm not going to vote for you next time because you did whatever and this and that. You're going to just vote for the other person they put up there for you to vote for, because it's all the same. It's all the same people. It's the same fucking people that runs the whole thing. And the ones that do run it, that we don't even see them, they're laughing their asses off at us. Oh, they caught on to Barack Obama, so fuck, send him up to Switzerland and let him retire, let him live out the rest of his life up there out of the limelight, out of sight, out of mind. Put him away somewhere. Let him go. We're gonna put in these new people. We're gonna put in these new people, but they're all the same people, and they're working for the same ones that run the whole fucking kit and caboodle. It's bullshit that we're dumb enough to sit back and keep allowing it. We are the many. We are the fucking many. Start doing the research, man. Start getting these people that is mechanically inclined to look at that shit and start trying to understand it. Start getting it down. Start changing these cars and trucks and all this stuff. I'm pretty sure most of the jets and shit are already running off of hydrogen. I'm banking on that, because they're not loading them things with big tanks full of what they call jet fuel, which is probably water. It's probably hydrogen, because it's so simple that it doesn't take all the shit that you might have in your mind of what all it would take to do it. It's not that hard. When you take two electrodes and put it down in a water, your positive is going to bring oxygen up on the one, and the other one is putting up. It separates your H and the two O's. Well, the two O's comes up the one and comes out, and the H comes up the other one and comes out. If we separate them to where it comes up at, they go different places. Now you got straight oxygen going, pure oxygen going out, this one going to wherever you got it going to, and you got hydrogen coming out and going to this other one. Now, if that hydrogen is going straight to a turbine, you can use this much water and fly that fucking thing, probably, if not completely around the world, at least halfway around the world, off a little fucking cup full of water about that round and about that tall. Yeah, that's how far you can go off of that. Now, you think that they're running big tanks, gasoline, and what they call jet fuel just to go make a plane. How many times, I don't know if y'all have ever flew or not, but if you've ever been to the airport and you see your plane come in, and then you watch the people unload, and then once they unload, have you ever sat and watched, do they take that plane out and go refuel and then come back again to pick y'all up when y'all ready? No. It comes in, it unloads, and as soon as it unloads, and they do whatever they do to clean the fucking seats and aisles, they start calling up, all right, we're ready to load. They don't refuel that fucking plane. How much damn tanks you think are they carrying on these planes full of fuel? They're not. They're not. They're using something that is way more effective and useful than gasoline or any of these fuels that we use. They're not using CAM2 in that. I'm pretty sure they're using hydrogen already because, I mean, there's probably things I don't know about out there that they could be using, but from what I've gathered so far, like I said, you can use this little thing, little tiny thing, and it'll run you across country in your car, completely across country off of just put that much water in it, pour water in it, cap it back on. Once you crank it, once you get your electricity going into it, it starts bubbling the gases out, and it splits those fucking out, that H2O atoms. Two H's go here, your H goes here, and your two O's go there, and use this one for that, and use the other one, run it into your cab. You're breathing straight, pure oxygen. When you're breathing straight, pure oxygen instead of this, what are we breathing now? 14% or less, something like that. That's what our oxygen in the air is. It's low. It's real low. We're breathing in more other shit than we are oxygen. But once we start breathing in more pure oxygen, our brain function starts picking up. It starts doing better. So does our whole body. Our whole body's going to do better. Because that's basically what we run off of too, is oxygen. We got minerals that we use. It's not food. We're not all that meat and fiber and all the other shit that we consume. That's not what our bodies run off of. It's the minerals that's in that uses. And our bodies aren't so good at eating all that extra shit that we're eating. We process that out and get hemorrhoids from shitting it out. But the only thing that we're really taking out of all that food is just a couple little minerals that's in it. That's what our bodies is processing to run off of. So we should have been this whole time studying on how to make our food more way better. We don't have to consume as much. We could fucking eat pills. I mean, these little pills, if they extracted the right minerals that our bodies run off of, and we didn't have to eat all this bullshit that we eat all the time. Sunlight, pills full of the minerals that we need, that our bodies need. We wouldn't be getting fat. We wouldn't have. I mean, look at gorillas. All right, they pretty much mostly vegetarian, nothing but vegetables. Look at how strong the motherfuckers are, man. Look at how big and strong they are. Look at how they're ripped. They are ripped. They are fucking cut. And they don't eat no meat, and they don't overeat. They don't eat, well, you can't overeat when you eat them vegetables, because you could eat 6 meals a day if you're eating vegetables, and you're not overeating. You're eating just fine. Mostly all you're taking in is fiber and minerals. That's all you're taking in. And the fiber is going straight through you. You're going to shit more, which is going to cause you hemorrhoids. But we need to wisen up, man. Protesting in hopes that the government's going to change and do better is not the way we need to be doing this. You think voting Donald Trump in is going to save everybody? You think that's the new Jesus here in the flesh? Hate to tell you, brother. He's a part of them. He's a part of the whole fucking agenda. You gotta do research to find out all that I've found out. I've done a lot of research. That's all I do. I mean, I'm in a wheelchair, have been, and a year and some change before that, I got cancer and came home, quit because of cancer. The whole time, the past 2.5 years, almost 3 years now, I've been doing nothing but research day in, day out, all day long. I watch educational videos. I watch everything from Congress and people talking in Congress and Senate to the science guys, all the scientists talking about all their stuff, and doctors talking about all their stuff, all the teachers, cosmology, astronomy, astrology. I've been on to a lot of very high knowledge stuff since I started this, which I was on high knowledge long before this. When I was in prison, I studied all the religions that I could get my hands on, and I never believed in God, but I read all the shit that I could get my hands on, self-help books. Any textbook that they had in their libraries, I grabbed them quick. I made sure and read, and sometimes studied and went deep into all the textbooks that they had in their libraries. I still never believed in God. It didn't take 2.5 days with the internet in my hand studying on God. Yeah, I know God's there. I know God's real. Everything out here, everything you see, everything that you know is made of only two things. And it's all, I mean, a lot of people think of it as one, it's energy, but energy is made from magnetism and energy, because it takes magnetism and energy. Energy kind of pushes and magnetism attracts, and when you make it, it kind of woo, 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 woo. That is what energy does. And I'm talking every kind of energy that there is, from you, the real you, not the body. The body's energy too. The body is a very slow form of when the energy hits, and it goes real slow to make whatever it is that's there, which in us, skin and bone and all the stuff that makes us. But all the stuff, man, the wood that's this thing's sitting on, the air that we breathe, everything is made from the same energy and magnetism. That's it. That is the force. That is the force. We need to start doing smarter. We need to get this done, because if we don't, and we sit back and wait for them to do it, there's going to be a lot more death. There's going to be a lot more of them trying everything they can try to keep their control and keep on top, keep us paying homage to them. I don't like that idea. We go ahead and make this change now, we're going to take them down. We're going to take them down. We're going to put them where they belong. We're going to start the technology that's already out there that all of us could be working on right now. Instead of in school, people going into machine shops and people learning how to do hair. You know, that's what was going on when I was in school. I don't know what's out there now. All the boys took machine and wood shops, and all the girls took hair and cosmetology. They took hair and home ec. You know, I don't know what they got now, but I'm pretty sure they're not teaching kids how to make their own little devices off of magnets and copper to run and make its own energy. But it's there for us to be doing. We could be doing that. Pretty sure they're not teaching the kids in their auto schools and in high school to run their cars off of hydrogen. I'm pretty sure they're not doing that. But we could. And if you're going to sit around and wait for the government to do it, you're going to be waiting. Not only are you going to be waiting a long time, but you're not waiting for that. You're going to be waiting for them to come with their new pandemic or their new smart bombs or their new 5G, their new ways of making cancers. That's what they're coming up with. They're not releasing the good. No, they're giving all those technologies that Tesla had and they've gotten anywhere else from higher sources, and they're giving them over to the people that's going to keep their we don't want this out. We want it for us, not for them. They don't get it. This is for us. All right, since you're being let in on our little group, you're in on it. You got to keep your mouth shut, you know. You're a Mason now. You're Illuminati. You're illumined. You're one of us. You got to keep your mouth shut by penalty of death of the worst kind. This is what they've taught their whole fucking, since way back when. They've been teaching that to all the people that they've given power and status to. I don't want to get into any other topics because I can ramble too much. I want to keep this to this subject right now because we need to stop waiting for our government to change. Trump is not your savior. Trump is one of them. He's on the same agenda as them. He is their white to their black. We see the black and we don't like it, so we're going with the white. Oh, but it's all the same fucking people that's making it. It's all the same fucking people. You want to keep allowing those same people to be our rulers? What else can you call it? I mean, what else can you call it? They sit around on their ass and eat caviar and filet mignon and lobster day in, day out. They do the things they choose to do, even when it comes to heinous things. They do whatever they want, anytime they want. They don't have to go to work on Monday through Friday. They don't have to bust their ass to make their living. They sit back and wait for your money that you pay to come to them, because that's where it goes. And they do nothing to earn it. They sit back and make sure all their people that's under them, make sure all the people that are under them keep their fucking mouth shut and do their work. And all the people that's under them and all the people that's under them, and finally it gets down to us to where we don't know a fucking thing except for to go to work, bust your ass, pay your bills, make sure you pay your taxes, or else you'll go to jail. You'll go to jail. Because, their police force is pushing their agenda. Their courts, they're pushing their agenda. Their educational system that we all send our kids to fucking school Monday through Friday, that's all their system. And if we keep allowing this, or we keep hoping they're going to change, maybe if we protest a little more, maybe if we vote in Trump instead of Newsom, it won't be Biden. I hope y'all smart enough. I hope y'all smart enough, man. Wake the fuck up, people. It's time for us to make this change. Get people working on hydrogen cars. Get people working on atmospheric water so that we can start bringing in clean, fresh water for our people instead of pumping it out of their rivers and city pipes and all the shit that they poison. They're poisoning our streams. They're poisoning the oceans. They fucking release Fukushima water into the fucking ocean. Whoa. Wow. All the nuclear plants could be running off of hydrogen 3. Not only is it safe, it cleans the air. Hydrogen 3 would take all the bad out of the air out and make it good. I don't quite understand it, but the one scientist that was he's real smart fucking dude, man, and he's a great dude. He's a big fat guy. I can't even think of his name but if you watch his stuff, he explains it real well. Hydrogen 3 could run in every nuclear plant that we have, and it would not only be clean and safe, but it would clean the air that's already polluted and poisoned. It would clean it and make it back to good. He said within 5 years, the whole world would be a completely different place. Within 5 years, if we ran it all off of hydrogen 3. So there's so many different ways that we could be doing this right now. But what I recommend is looking at this shit on YouTube and all these platforms and getting our people to start making them ourselves. Stop waiting for these corporations to do it, because they know once that free energy hits, they're not making money off of energy. Once clean water starts coming in, they're not bottling water anymore for us to buy. We're not paying water bills if you're paying water bill. If you live in a town that you have to pay for water, which I don't recommend you use that anyway. I mean, the way I'm starting to understand it is even using it for washing your clothes and washing your body in the shower is not good. It's really fucking stupid. It's bad for us, completely bad for us. Oh, yeah. Let's start getting people doing this, man. If people start doing this, we are going to make the change. We're not going to sit back, keep hoping that our governments make the change. Trump's not as good as a lot of people are thinking. He's part of their fucking shit. He's just a flip side of their fucking. It's if this don't work, well, they got Plan B. They probably got Plan C and D too. I'm fairly certain that Hillary Clinton was part of their Plan A, because if you read the Bible and you find out that the woman is the one that pushes forth and rides the beast in. You know, she's on his back, and she boosts him up and says, yeah, you know, the Antichrist is I believe she was the one that they was going to use as the woman that rides the beast in. And I was pretty sure that they was also bringing Obama back in to be the Antichrist, because that's exactly what he changed his name to, Barack Obama. Look it up in Hebrew, you'll see it. That means the Antichrist. Why the fuck did he change his name from Barry Soetoro to Barack Obama? In Hebrew, Barack Obama means the Antichrist. Why the fuck did you change your name to that, man? What the fuck? And the woman rides. That sounds to me like Plan A. Well, it's starting to look like Plan A did fall through. So they're going to have to find a new route. And right now it's looking like, I mean, yeah, they're making it seem like, oh, well, we're getting away from that and we're going to Trump. We're going to vote Trump in. Trump's going to make everything better, right? No, you need to do a little research on Donald Trump. He is not the guy that y'all are expecting. He is not the one. He's part of them. He's a part of their agenda. Don't you, anyone out there that started watching when he started his first campaign for president, the difference between him then and him now? Do you not notice the difference between him with grabbing her pussy and absolute power? The president has absolute power, and now he seems more presidential. Yeah, they've been coaching him to be exactly what he needs to be so he can be put into that position. They've been coaching him the whole way. He's not a good guy. He's had a lot of people work for him that he stiffed them, didn't pay them. He the very first thing, back before anybody knew anything about taxes, people was ways to get around paying their taxes. He was one of the first. He was working deals in New York to do all of his business and not have to pay taxes for the shit that he did. He was one of the first ones that started on that trip to get the rich to be able to not have to be able to do business and not pay them taxes. He was one of the first ones to do that. And the whole time we're working our asses off just to get by and make, live paycheck to paycheck. But yet we're paying our taxes. We're paying the money for them to send billions to Ukraine so Zelensky can kill off the people, basically, is a big part of it, because they were following their agenda of depopulation. And they still are, if we're not stupid enough to realize that. How long before they start with Taiwan? They're doing a good job right now in Palestine, killing anybody and everybody. They did a good job in Ukraine. They destroyed a lot of people. And we've got a lot of people in the United States now that's not from this country, that's come across from the Middle East, from Africa. And even some that's from South America and down there that has enmity for us and don't like America. But yet here they are pushing them into here. Ain't nobody thought about how weird that is? What's going on with that? You think all these people at one time just decided, hey, this is a good time for us to go to America. I know there's been millions of people already flood into there, but hey, I want to go too. Don't you think there's a fucking reason for that? Why do they want all these people grouped together in one place so bad, and people are dumb enough to go running into it? It's like, what do you do when you want a whole lot of people gone at one time? You put them all together in one place. That's the easy way to do it. Now all they need is a pandemic that's bad enough to fucking to do the job, or a fucking bomb, or crank that 5G up to 6G. I'm pretty sure that'll do it. I'm pretty sure that'll be not far off from hitting people with super gamma or microwaves. People are just going to drop like flies. And it's going to be real easy when they're all in one place. There's only one other possibility, that they could want all these people coming in here like this all at once, because they want that civil war. They want us fighting ourselves. They want them and us fighting each other while they sit up there and laugh their fucking asses off and watch all that they plotted and planned fall into place while they're laughing. Yeah, they're underground in bunkers. They're fucking wherever. They might be on the moon in their fucking spaceships looking down. I don't know where they'll be at. The shit they got's amazing. They got some fucking technology to blow your fucking mind. They have voice to skull technology. Yes, they do. I got a lot more shit that I could say. Probably. I can ramble too much. I don't want to get off of the topic. Get people fucking working on these technologies ourselves and stop looking at the government. We have no saviors. We got to save ourselves. Look at your neighbor. Are they doing okay? If not, help them out. If you got homeless people down the street on your fucking town, do what you can for them. If the police are running your homeless people out from posting tents up on the sidewalk, and you got a fucking couple acres of land, tell them, hey man, come post your tent up over here. You can stay on my land, post your tent up. If that's the best you can do for them, do that. Do something for them. Trust me, you're gonna really appreciate it when you get where we're going. You're going to appreciate it. You're going to be glad that you took this advice. Do what you can for these people. Help them out. Get people working on these things. We start making these technologies on our own, we're going to realize how much we need all these governmental officials telling us what to do, how to do, paying their tickets for not wearing seatbelts, or not paying their fucking registration fees, and not paying for marriage licenses, and not signing their birth certificates. Yeah. Start doing the research. Get people working on this for ourselves. We're going to do away with them. We're going to start back small. We're going to start back with finding your local farmers and farmer markets, and we're going to start dealing with the mom and pop stores, and we're going to do away with these big fucking corporations sucking in all this money. If we have to trade, do that. If you got a sales ticket on an item that you're looking to sell, and somebody comes around and they have something else that's of equal value that you need or want, make that trade. Don't worry about the money. Don't fucking worry about paying any more fucking taxes into their fucking hands, because that's all it's going to. Your taxes go into their hands, and their hands is finding any way possible that they can launder that shit out to where it can go back into their pocket and whoever they make deals with gets the rest. It's not doing shit except making them richer and more powerful, since everybody's looking at money like it's almighty. It ain't. It's paper. It's shit. It's nothing. Make deals with people, and your buy your stuff from your neighbors. Do your trading with your neighbors. Hopefully we'll get spiritual enough here real soon to where we'll stop cutting trees and making our homes out of fucking lumber and burning lumber and all that shit that we do that we should not be doing. Let's do this, people. This is our future. This is our children's future that we're looking at. You want them to keep on going the way they, allowing them to keep going the way they have been. A lot of our children ain't gonna make it. We better wisen up. I'm gonna get the fuck off here. I might make another video soon. I'm hoping I can start getting people to start seeing for themselves. I love you. I love every last one of you out there. Hopefully we can do this the right way. Y'all have a good one.